It's the Googie Man wishing you a happy new year in 2023 on the second day of this new year. Wonderful weather here in New York City. You can see in the park in the background here. There's people out and about. It's beautiful. I hope the rest of the world has a beautiful year. I was fortunate enough to celebrate the end of the year by being invited by Lizzie, who's been featured in a few of my videos. She invited me to a place called Don'tTell Momma to see her perform on December 29th, the penultimate day of the year. And this is what I was able to record.
Someone think of as handsome. My heart will carry the king. Won't you tell the place to put on some speed?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Don't Tell Mama in New York City. Put your hands together for yourselves. I'm not sure whether you're visiting or whether you live here in the city, but this is a wonderful place of New York City. This is a destination. This is one of the places, if you're visiting from out of town, it's great to be here. So tonight we've got a very, very special evening. We've got a friend of mine very recently came to, I think I met I here in New York, and she's originally from Spain and now an international New Yorker. And if you haven't seen, she's bilingual, singer-songwriter, accomplished musician, and she's truly one to watch. So get ready to be amazed, ladies and gentlemen. And the one and only Lizzie Blazquez.
I love you, never know how much I care. When you put your arms around me, I get a fever that's so hard to bear. You give me fever when you kiss me, fever when you hold me tight. Fever, till the morning, fever all through the night. Sun lights up the daytime, moon lights up the night. I light up when you call on me, and you know I'm gonna treat you right. Give me fever when you kiss me, fever when you hold me tight. Fever, till the morning, fever all through the night. Everybody's got fever, that is something you all know. Fever isn't such a new thing, fever started long ago. Help me with the clocks, guys. Da, 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 da. Got with a Pocahontas, had a very mighty affair. Once I tried to come, she said, "Daddy, oh, don't you dare, it gives me fever." When you kiss on fever with a flame in you. Fever, I'm the fire, fever, yeah, burn for soon. With a Pocahontas, had a very mighty affair. Once Daddy tried to kill her, he said, "Daddy, oh, don't you dare, it gives me fever." When I'm kissing, fever with a bird. Now you listen to my story. Here's the point that I made. Chicks are born to give you fever. Big forehead sounded great to give you fever. One because I'm fever if you lay for love. Fever, till this is all. What a lovely way to burn. 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 Thank you, everybody.
So, when I met Jeffrey this evening, I didn't realise that we're in the presence of a legend. Jeffrey Gurian has been there from the start. He's written 5 books or 4 books about comedy, 7 books in total. He's a very, very funny man, of course, but he's been through it all from the beginning to right now with people like Chris Rock, Seinfeld, you name them. He's done it. He's produced their shows. Rodney Dangerfield, he produced some of his shows on Johnny Carson. So I just had to say that because I had something to introduce him, but just put your hands together, please, for Jeffrey Gurian and appreciate who he is and where you are right now. Ladies and gentlemen, Jeffrey Gurian.
Jeffrey! Hey, keep it going for Drew, everybody. Come on, let him hear it. So, you know what? I've been watching the show from the side, and you guys may be a small crowd, but you happen to be a great crowd. So give yourselves a hand for coming out tonight. Come on. Yeah, because the truth is that you're the most important people here.
Definitely.
We tried this once without an audience.
It didn't work.
Fucking sucked. The worst. Absolutely the worst. And how great is it to be together again in person and not on Zoom?
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
Isn't it wonderful?
Yes.
A lot of comics tried doing comedy on Zoom. Let me tell you what that was like. Doing comedy on Zoom is like standing on a highway and yelling out jokes to passing cars.
22. You lied all the women like the all of you. I said, why don't you do right? Like some other men do. Get out of here. Get me some money too. You sitting there wondering what it's all about. You ain't got no money, they will put you out. I said, why don't you do right? Like some other men do. Get out of here. Get me some money too. If you Thank you. Okay. Wow.
You could probably tell just by looking at me. I fit in wherever I go. It's amazing. I just blend into every crowd. Do you guys know who Josh Groban is?
Yes.
The famous singer, Josh Groban, right? Yeah, so I have this friend and he looks a lot like Josh Groban. And he hates it because wherever he goes, people stop him and tell him that he looks like Josh Groban. Because for some reason, people think they have the right to stop you and tell you who they think you look like. So he calls me the other night complaining that wherever he goes, people tell him he looks like Josh Groban. I'm like, what the fuck are you complaining about? At least you get somebody normal. I get if Phil Spector fucked Elton John.
Stop making a fool of me. So why don't you come over, Cabaret? Did you have to go to jail? Put your house back yourself. Be a good lawyer. I hope you didn't catch that. I hope you found the third cat who'll fix it for you. Are you shopping anywhere? Think the color of your hair. Are you busy? Did you have to pay fine? You were dog all the time. Are you still busy? Cause since I've come on home, oh my body's been a mess. And I miss your ginger hair and the way you like to dress. When you come on over, stop making a fool out of me. So why don't you come on over, Cabaret? And I look across the water and I think of all the things what you are doing. My head up and picture. Cause since I come home, well my body's been a mess. And I miss your ginger hair and the way you like to dress. Won't you come on over? Stop making a fool out of me. So why don't you come over, Thank you. Still can't take my eyes off of you. That's a good one too.
Yes, do it. Sing it.
What?
Do it.
You like that one?
Yeah.
You're just good to be true and take my eyes off of you.
You got no words.
You be like heaven to touch.
I wanna hold you so much.
As long as love has arrived.
I need the words.
And I think
God, I'm
alive.
You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off of you.
This is when we'd be getting everyone singing.
Tired the way that I stay. There's nothing else to compare. You're just good to be true. Can't
This is the
take
part I know.
my eyes. Let's go.
Everybody now.
You're just good to be true. Can't take my eyes off of you. Come on.
Ladies and gentlemen, the lovely dancers and Lizzie Blazquez.
Thank you very much.
Have any of you had the pleasure of being on the Manhattan subways when they're really crowded?
Never.
Nobody?
Never.
Never. Well, I was on the subway. I'm going to prove to you that we have no idea what we look like. I was on the subway last week, packed to the gills, the proverbial sardine can, not a seat to be had. This beautiful young girl taps me on the arm. I think she wants to meet me. She fucking offered me her seat.
Oh, man.
And I took it too. Very confusing. So many things confuse me. I don't know about you guys, but a lot of things confuse me. Don't you hate it when you wake up in the morning and you're really in the mood to vote and there's no election?
I hate when that happens.
What do you do in a case like that, right? How do you take away that urge to cast a ballot? And you know that night when you're supposed to turn your clocks ahead an hour at 2 a.m.? Yeah, what are you supposed to meet somebody at 2 a.m.? What time do you show up? So many things confuse me. You know what confuses me? You never see an infant that looks familiar to you. You never hear anybody say, you see that infant over there? I could swear I know him from somewhere. Never hear that.
Never.
Pants are important. I have no material on that. I just thought I'd let you know. Anyway, I'm going to leave you on this. There's people here from all over, all different backgrounds, but as people, we share similar traits in common. We tend to exaggerate. Like, what the fuck are you exaggerating for? If you're going to tell people you're almost killed, at least have the decency to be severely injured. It's like saying, I almost had sex with this chick last night. Really? How far'd you get? Well, I called her and she wasn't home. But if she had been home, I would have totally nailed her. Which is a very romantic expression, used mostly around Valentine's Day. I would have nailed her. And it had to be created by a guy. And I'll tell you how I know that. It had to be created by a guy, because only a guy would be screwed up enough to compare the act of having sex with a woman to hammering a nail into a piece of wood. You'll never hear two women use that expression. You'll never hear one girl say to another, "How was your date last night?" "Great." "Did he nail you?" You'll never hear that. If you do hear that, change who you're hanging out with, because it's a bad crowd. Not like you guys. You've been a great crowd. Thank you, Jeffrey Gurian.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jeffrey Gurian. And now back to Lizzie Blazquez. Blazquez.
So much. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you, Drew. Thank you, Stephen. Thank you, Peter.
Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. We have to leave the hall immediately. We have to move to the far end of the bar, apparently. So thank you very much for coming out tonight.
Pablo.
And Dan, what is your last name again?
Lovely couple.
Dan Natelli on the piano all night, ladies and gentlemen. Please put your hands together for Dan. I'm sorry to make you. He plays a lot with some very famous people too. On my name, Drew de Cavallo is my name, the voice of Australia in America. Thank you so much for coming out tonight. Once more, Lizzie
Thank you, Drew,
Blazquez.
so much.
Lizzie
Thank you.
Blazquez.
Drew, we love you.
Great job.